Under the land you see, he says, the dips and rises, the soft ridges and catchment bogs, the drained streams, the ploughlands with their knots of trees. There's another land that only he can get a sense of. Waters that gather, then fan out again, obeying no logic of hill and valley as we know them. A whole language of gathering and dispersion far older than the language of life.
Drop by your family, drop by your beliefs, drop by your building and your bodily needs, drop by your limits, drop by every day, drop by your wants and your bodily decay. I am nobody in their midst. I've had enough. Would I be missed? Bear your body to the world. The open window, it's not a prison. Your dress is yellow, but it washes you out. Who gives peace? Your face looks good and your body is lean. Bear your body to the world. The window ledge is a revelation.
Formed out of the planetary rage, the fire that brooks no softness, that soothes no wounds, covers scars over with no drifts of leaves. Never did a thing but burn and then harden, cleanse, purify by burning. Under this land, he says, he moves in an invisible country. He only feels the water in his groin, the rippling in his arms. He is the diviner. He has no God at all.
I miss you when I'm weak and sick. Why did you leave me when I needed most? When you come back again, I won't welcome you. Unless I'm strong again and distracted. Only when we can do I see these tiny things. All the crowd and detail of the ground spread on my skin. And I'm grateful for this aching hand that makes me lie down here in the all forgiving greeness. I hear the rustle of life under my face. See the underside of leaves and every crumb of dried out soil, even when the rain comes. I am cuckoo.
Fan of fine brown lines, steel strings now. What is it the steel has to hide? We know, yes. This, the old upright piano, and that, the mattress of our bed, already old when we placed a fiver on it 31 years back. As I recall, we got it for 3, which means at 10 pence per year it lasted well. In the end, the vicious spring ends were piercing the padding here and there. It was a disreputable relic, and a disgrace even when we first got it. Well, especially then. The piano was not much better, each year more grudging. The tuners seem to have died out this electronic age. The last I remember is battering a song I wanted you to sing, and you, with tears in your eyes, refused. Some 4 years on, we gave the mattress a right good battering, not quite the last, one October night. We were both so angry, without knowing why. Well, you opted for no more disgrace. And though your father died face down in a flower bed and doubtless far from sober, it was respectability of a sort that you craved. From trash we were formed, to trash return, you intoned, O high priestess of trash. Went for a walk in the wood between Dufton and Dromure. There's heaps of them beside the track there. No, I didn't have a microphone.
So where's the bit of pipe that it's where that goes into?
You can feel it. It's about that much. Just inside there. But
I mean,
the ridge up here is not important, but it's the ridge down there that the other pipe. Yeah, I don't like just pulling them up. It's a risky way of doing it. Yeah. I mean, ideally, if I could. Yeah, you see, I think what it is that the bottom of this black thing is funnel shaped, it's not straight. So that means that if I try to push it up anymore and it's on the inside of the funnel, then it could crack the funnel.
Right.
So, yeah, so there is one pipe that's on the outside of it. I don't know, is it this? Must be this thing. I mean, this fitting here isn't supposed to fit. You're not the part of her she misses. The comfortless corner where she looks at a world deformed. Craters and trenches and splinters where trees grew. Or that the others are not like her. Everywhere the same cavity, the same empty place. The Empire keeps the guns of war at a distance, but it can't cover up the holes. No, it can't conceal the empty spaces. Of course, you're better off where you are now, far from the trials of domesticity, from that crackpot old notion of family, and I have no right even to try to keep the home fires burning. Yet here I am stealing branches from my neighbour's wood, creeping along the field's edge at dusk, and she, and they, and I try to think what words we could have, what sheer love we could express to our returning hero. Just scrutinising governments, it's what the scrutinising government's for. I mean, in this case, governments are being scrutinised upon whether they let some old people die. Yeah. And, it's maybe not something that you want to discuss, and I think in days past it wouldn't have been discussed, but it would have been kind of understood that if you're old and your health isn't too good, then you're going to die sooner rather than later. Yeah. By the window,
Yeah, it should be a matter
a
of
glazed grey light, so she sees and hears a whisper, no more, at her ears, that goes down in spirals to deep memories. But there's another whisper there, a louder one. I think she's waiting, what? For an advent, an epiphany, perhaps a car scrunching round the corner. I think it, but I may be wrong. And he's the delivery man, not the returning hero. He's here every other day with something new. I think she's at the window, glazed, grey and quiet. Too many steps spiral down into the dark. Slimy here. Whatever inhabits the well never asked for there to be steps. He sings a new tune. Siren-voiced he sings of danger that she must believe, of wounds that only she can soothe. He's the delivery man. He comes every day. The war's not over, not by a long chalk. The time of his return is far from settled. Staring into the wide glazed space, if she were you, I'd say, look inwards. I can't speak to her, she's an image in a gallery. But if, just if, I mean, if the glazing came to life, not if he would come. He won't come. The war is far from over. The slime's not of the well's doing, it's a consequence of reaching it the wrong way. The squared hard steps are rounded, soft and slippery. I think the war will never be over, I think it, but I don't know. The moon comes down in silver spirals, and I smile upwards. The grey rain makes a raucous whisper on the car roofs. Out there, in here, well, it's just a moment of respite. Grey turning to silver. No advent, no epiphany. The impudent car horn, no symphony.
You suspect one of them of doing that. So you take it out and see if that writes it, but it doesn't. There's 4 screws in here.
The last unicorn is among the burnt books. When your boat was no longer tossed on the seas of motherhood, when you finally took the helm and said, "Mine," we should have known, I should have known, like Mommy Fortuna's harpy released, turning on whoever was closest, destroying all traces of her prison. Your talons would be at my chest, your beak thrusting itself down my throat. What else?
Yes. Yeah, it's okay, I'll come. I've been having a bad time.
The last unicorn, whose kindred was imprisoned in the sea, said, "Don't run, never run from an immortal." But stopping still certainly brought no salvation, or none that I can see. Perhaps I misjudged the extent of your mortality, fallibility, changeability. And you would say, "Yes, fool. When you were attacked, why could you not have attacked back like a man would?" What can I say? A boy who had no mother, how could he grow to manhood? Some bereft monkey or she-wolf could take a pick of him, perhaps, teach him the ways of the jungle, or some starved, ragged girl lay him on the king's doorstep. There's hero material, which is not manhood, but self-sacrifice, immolation, and who needs it? Now you say he plays his part. There's a chain reaction, but I can only see the mountain under its perpetual cloud, the cliff wall, the ocean dammed up behind it. Do you understand? I don't know what it means coming into your power, what I'll have to sacrifice to bring it about. Enlighten me, do. The houses have all gone under the sea, and into the embers gone the books.